David Beckham raises bees and still plays with Lego. There are some facts about David Beckham you may not know. 1. Beekeeping is one of David's many hobbies. It started raising bees at the beginning of the pandemic. Now he has his own brand, called the Bees Sticky Stuff. He even gifted a jar of his honey to King Charles. 2. David received big news before the 1998 match. He was about to play against Argentina when Victoria called. She was pregnant with their first child. They were both incredibly happy about the news. But at that game, David was ejected. It would later spoil their joy. 3. David predicted his future relationship with Victoria. One day, he saw Spice Girls on TV. He announced he would marry the posh one. He knew nothing about her at the time. 4. David nearly missed the birth of his son Cruz. He was tied up at a photo shoot with Jennifer Lopez. 5. David received threats after the 1998 World Cup. He was ejected after kicking the Argentina team's captain. David's figure was handed in effigy by angry fans. Coaches he traveled with were pelted with stones. Envelopes containing bullets were sent to him. There were threats that his newborn son would be kidnapped. David was afraid to leave the hospital. He slept sitting against Victoria's hospital room. He admitted to still having nightmares about it. 6. David had a terrible spending habit. He would get his first paychecks on Friday. They were usually gone by the following Saturday. He loved spending money on luxurious items and clothes. From an Adidas endorsement deal, he bought a BMW M3. 7. David's former manager disapproved of Victoria. He believed dating a celebrity might damage David's career. He told David not to take any photos with Victoria. David obeyed and initially dated her in secret. They met in places like parks to avoid paparazzi. 8. David collects Lego. Victoria even mocked him on Instagram for it. She emphasized that Lego is targeted at kids. Sometimes Victoria finds him at 2 a.m. finishing a piece. But for David, building Lego is therapeutic. 9. David naturally has a high-pitched voice. His voice and accent was mocked in his early career, so he took extensive voice coaching. He altered his accent and deepened his voice. 10. Movies and shows reduce David to tears. Some episodes of Friends and The Office make him cry. Armageddon turns him into an emotional wreck every time. 11. David's manager once threw a boot at him. He kicked the boot, frustrated with David's performance. It hit David in the head and cut his eyebrow. Soon afterward, Davis left Manchester United. 12. David's favorite meal is an East London classic. It's a pie and mash with jelly deals on the side. Living abroad, he pays a lot for this meal. He has it shipped directly to his hotel room. 13. David once had cornrows. He later confessed he'd hated the hairstyle. He hadn't even known what cornrows were, but he still agreed to get them. He regretted the hairstyle when he met Nelson Mandela. 14. David is terrified of birds. His worst fear is to be trapped alone with an ostrich.